Hello everyone and welcome back to another Minecraft video here in this unnamed city. I should really stop putting that off. Anyway, today we are going to be continuing work on the forest just outside of the city where a few videos ago we built the frog pond. But first, I want to do a quick recap of what we worked on last video. We built Seaview Road here that I'm walking on. It's kind of along the cathedral. It's a nice end cap for this coastline and the rest of the city here. I also worked on this street here a little bit. You can see there's some banners. I just wanted to add some color and life into this area. If you remember, or I don't even know if I showed it, this was just an empty plot here, so I built up this structure and kind of textured the street a little bit and just added some lights and made this a really cozy little street. It's by no means done. It still needs some detailing, and all these buildings are empty because I'm lazy. But it's better than an open plot, I suppose, and adds a little bit of atmosphere, you know? This spot here is kind of awkward, but we'll work on that another time. So, yeah. Okay, let's work on to the meadow, and let me show you guys my idea here. Okay, so this is the frog pond, and this is my little budding forest. And I think something that would be really neat to add in here is like a flowery meadow. I remember when I was little, I'd go up into the mountains with my family, and there were meadows that we would see with flowers, especially around the springtime. And they were just really pretty and serene and really neat little spots that you don't really get to see too much in city life. So as we're coming out here into the forest, I think this would be a good area to kind of add something like that. And also fill up this space and not make it feel like just wild grasslands. Obviously the forest would kind of wrap around it and give it a nice barrier, but I like the rolling hills. I think that's going to be a good addition for it. And first things first, I need to grab some blocks and probably clean this all up so it's just kind of starting from scratch. So I'm going to do that, and then we will see where we're at. Okay, so it's not perfect, but that was a lot more terraforming than I thought I was going to end up doing. I kind of like the shape though. My thought here, because this area is a little bit more shallow, but it's got this nice border from the rock face, I think what I might do is I might have the meadow kind of come in from there and kind of do an oval shape over here. And that'll kind of be our meadow. So it'll follow that line there basically, and kind of just come up around this way, and then oval, and then back down this way. That should be a nice size, and there's frogs everywhere. Look at them, just creeping around out there. I might have placed too many frogs in the pond, but that's a future me issue. So yeah, right now I'm going to start picking a color scheme. I think I'm gonna do blue and white flowers, just because there seems to be a lot of them already. I mean, there's a lot of colored flowers in there, but I think I'm gonna do like big clusters of blue and white flowers. I think that'll look really nice, and it's also kind of the color scheme of a lot of the city. So, I guess I'll keep with that. Yeah, and then eventually, I think I'd want some kind of, I mean, at ground level, look, you can't really see the Middle Eastern themed build over that way, but eventually I want like some kind of mountains in the distance there. I think that'd be really neat, but that's a very far in the future project. So okay, next thing I'm gonna do is start blocking out the flower patches and start placing down some flowers. Alright, so this is kind of the idea, is to have little flower patches like this, kind of all over the place with grass intermittent to break up the color. That is going to give me snow blindness, but that's okay. I have eye insurance, I think. Vision insurance? Yeah, vision insurance. Anyway, yeah, so what I'm doing is I'm placing down some bone meal, like so. kind of break in all the big grass and the flowers that don't belong because they're not welcome here. And then we just kind of spam the empty space with the other colored flowers, like so. And it's giving me this kind of nice grasslands wild look, which is pretty neat. From the images I'm looking at of meadows and like reference photos and stuff, there's not a whole lot of like boulders or stones. It's mostly just flat grassland, which I guess makes sense. But yeah, I think I might add a little bit just to break up the color. Some stones, like dark stones too, especially with all the white flowers. It's gonna make it look not as boring, I guess. So that's probably also in the cards, but I just need to get these flower patches kind of built up. But that's kind of looking, I think I kind of like how that's looking. I think walking through it is going to be really neat out here too, when you kind of exit the city and the forest and get this respite from trees and structure. So gonna keep going with it. Okay, so this is kind of the effect I'm going for. One thing I am noticing is adding too many flowers and not enough grass is making it feel a little crowded, but once you weave the grass into there, it looks pretty good, I think. So try not to have it be too concentrated flowers wise. Definitely keep that grassland look as well. But I mean, it's pretty neat. I think once it kind of spreads out and I have a little bit more of it going, this is gonna be a really neat little meadow. And then I'm gonna add some trees around the sides, and then it's gonna be a nice little quaint spot. So yeah, that's my update. I like the blue and the white. The blue flowers are like a very saturated blue, so it's kind of jarring to the white, but it's not bad. It's not bad. It looks really neat. Okay, I'm gonna continue. I think I'm gonna fill out this spot over here. I think over here I am gonna leave some of the other splashes of color in there. I mean, it's already got quite the meadow look going, but I'm gonna add some more like dense patches of flower, and then over here I've basically got to do this whole section, and then sort it up the hillside a little bit more. So more flowers to come. Okay, quick update, just because I haven't given an update in a couple minutes. This is how it's coming out. I think it's looking really neat, especially from this level, walking along the road. Look at that. So much. It's not tall, so it's not like imposing, but there is a level of detail that's noticeable, you know? I added some daisies in there too, just to give it a little bit of variation in height, because they're a little taller than the short white flowers. But yeah, I think it's really neat. Really pretty little meadow. I'm still trying to round out this side of it here. I think I'm gonna have this little flower patch go up the hill a little bit further, and then probably tie in some grass over this way, and then I'm gonna start working on a border of trees. Over here, I think I might put some trees right there up against that rock face, and then obviously they're gonna kind of climb around that way too, but I don't know if I'm getting to all that today. But this is, I just wanted to give you guys a little update. I kind of like how those blue flowers are climbing up the hill there. I might mimic that and do a little flower patch up there, maybe some more white flowers, just to add some color as you're looking that way. But yeah, this is a frog there too. They're everywhere. I think I might have infested my forest with frogs. And I think, I don't remember, let's see if we can find Steve. I don't know if he's still around. I hope he is. He was supposed to be guarding the ponds, but obviously he's let all of his froggy friends out. You'd think the frogs would stick near the water, but no. They seem to just like to roam everywhere. So, Steve's out there somewhere. We'll find him. We'll put up wanted posters. We'll not wanted posters, lost posters. Yeah, you don't put up wanted posters for your pond guardians. Okay. Anyway, I'm very off topic. I'm gonna keep rounding this out, and then I will start working on some trees for that border. Okay, ready for some trees, I think. Now I'm trying to figure out what trees I want to do, because obviously they can't be pine trees, but the meadows that I am thinking of from personal, like, real life experience, were surrounded by pine trees and evergreen trees and stuff like that, because they were up in the mountains. But this here is definitely not up in the mountains, definitely on a valley floor. So I'm thinking we can kind of continue some similar, like, oak trees and deciduous trees from the forest, but I also think I want to incorporate some, like, thin little birch trees, or like cypress kind of trees maybe, so a little bit thinner. That might be kind of cool, just along the edges as kind of like a border. But yeah, what do you guys think of the meadow? I mean, I love the flowers, they look so neat. And it looks like a grassland, but it's not just like Minecraft generated grassland. So the shader also makes this look fantastic. I would definitely want to come here and just lay in the grass and watch the clouds. Okay, trees, right, doing trees. Let's, where to start, that's the question. I guess I just start and work my way around a little bit. One thing I wanted to mention before the sun sets and it gets too dark out here, with trees, especially since I'm about to build a bunch of them, you know, for the forest, they don't need to be super detailed, because they're not all going to be the focal points, right? So I'm kind of just roughly blocking them out. Like, obviously they're not perfect. Like, you can see this one has some kind of strict lines and it's got blocks showing through, but once you kind of add the other trees around it, it's going to be almost unnoticeable. And I think that's a good balance between detail and quantity. You know, it's that fine line between being able to build a bunch of stuff and making it look good on a close scale. You know, so yeah, I kind of like those trees though. That tree design's gonna, I think, be good to have like a little birch grove running through here. So back to it. Okie dokie, so here we go. I think for today I'm just gonna do this half, and then I'll keep working on this as we go, just because this is a lot of trees that need to be put. It's a whole forest, but this is kind of the look I'm going for. I think it's definitely got clearing in a meadow vibe. Definitely need to be some trees up there to kind of block off that, make it feel more enclosed. But I like how the trees feel like a natural barrier that are like keeping this whole area together. You know, it's all sectioned in its own little encapsulated space. So yeah, and then this side, it's gonna be the same deal, just a bunch of trees, kind of not too dense, but dense enough to make it feel like a fence. That rhymed. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think that's probably all I'm gonna do for the day. Just wanted to say thank you guys so much for watching, and I just passed 400 subscribers, which is amazing. So thank you guys for that. I do want to say that I think at 500 subscribers, it might be a good time to do another world tour. So if that's something you guys want to see, you know, subscribe to the channel. Definitely like the video if you like what you see. It's always a work in progress, but I hope that I can give you guys some ideas and inspiration for your own builds. And I just think that it's cool that you guys are enjoying this journey with me. So yeah, if there's something you want to see specifically, I'm always open to suggestions. Please comment down below what you want to see, what you want to see me work more on, or if you want to have an idea for something to add. You know, names of places, if you want a character to be added, whatever, anything. I'm open to ideas. It really helps me kind of direct my creative energy here. So, but with that, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one.